Yep.
You start, I finish.
Yep. All right. I pitch, you catch. Welcome back to the Parking Lot Takes podcast. That's Brandon and I'm Christian.
The biggest box office opening of the 2025 season might be over, but the conversation just started.
Yes, unless you've been living under a rock, this is a weird weekend for movies.
Yeah, very genre diverse, I would say.
Well, it's just like a lot of big titles.
True, yeah.
Especially when
From big
the
companies.
week prior and the week after this weekend, there's
that's
nothing
true.
else they would be
Yeah.
competing with. So,
Yeah, because you got
interesting choice.
big studio.
Yeah.
You got big studio, you got big name actor, and now kind of big name comedy guy. So
Yeah, I mean, Friendship's going to be on the low. Like, you know, it's rated R and it's a niche comedy movie anyways. But Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible
not a family film.
are like two interesting, you know.
Blockbuster movies
for
of
sure.
the year, absolutely. Yeah, big weekend. A lot of big stuff happening. We'll talk about some of it. Do a little review.
Yeah,
we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about The Last of Us.
Yep.
We're going to catch up with some new news.
Yes.
We're going to talk about The Last of Us, and then we're going to talk about Friendship.
Friendship.
And then I saw Lilo and Stitch. You
I have
haven't
not yet.
So I'm going to go ahead and do my review of Lilo and Stitch.
Mm-hmm.
So
Non-spoilers. Don't give me any spoilers
I
about
won't give
Lilo.
you spoilers.
Wait, can you actually spoil that movie, technically?
I'll spoil it for you. All right, go
I
ahead.
can't wait.
Start us off.
Little new news. Christian, guess what?
What?
Thunderbolts is a flop, dude.
I know, you
Thunderbolts
told me that.
flopped.
You told me that so prematurely.
I know.
You should have.
I should have waited.
It shocks me. That's a bummer.
It came in so far $100 million under what it needed to break even. So it's made $350, needed to make $450. It's technically considered a flop, which is wild to me because this is actually a good Marvel movie. And
It's a top 10 Marvel movie in my opinion, and it bums me out that
it does bum me out.
yeah.
It's like we finally get a good one, but they don't come out to watch. So do you think, is this saying something? That's what I was kind of wondering when I heard the news. Like, is this saying that because Marvel has been on such a downward like turn, or even the fanboys like not even as interested in the Marvel universe and where it's going, or just maybe the general audience, like even when it's good, getting like critic praise, are we still in like a slump? Like, are we going to get out of the slump? I don't know. It makes me a little nervous.
Do you think not enough people just rewatched it? Like went back and saw it again? That's
a good point, because a lot of box office is rewatchability. Like people coming back for repeats. Maybe. Yeah, it might be that they just don't think this is the most rewatchable. I mean, I can definitely see a lot of general audience members being like, oh, that was fun, and then moving on from it. So it could be some of that. I just really thought that this one was going to like make a lot of money. I mean, that basically means like most of their recent projects have flopped except Deadpool and Wolverine. That's the only one that has actually made money, which is crazy.
What was the opening weekend number again?
For Thunderbolts?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember. I think it was over 100 million. I might be wrong. Yeah, I can't remember because it may have.
Well, the box office number
for Thunderbolts?
Yeah.
So far?
Yeah.
350 million so far. That's from what I've seen. I've seen a couple of people talking about it, some articles talking about it. And they needed 450 to break even, apparently. Which is, that's an outrageous number to like have to make in order to actually be in the positive. That's crazy.
That is like drastically less than what Brave New World did.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because Brave New World sucks.
Yeah, and quickly got like people online saying this movie sucks. Like, you don't need to watch this. So, I mean, I guess that goes to the point of like Captain America's a more recognizable name than Thunderbolts. So it could be a little bit of that. I just thought the traction it would have gotten from people talking positively about it would have carried it at least to be like in the positive cash flow for what it was. I mean, the fact that these movies cost $450 million to break even is wild in itself, though.
Oh, well,
like that's
Brave New World didn't break even either, I guess.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I think Deadpool and Wolverine is the only recent project that has made money.
You did just say that.
Which is not good for Marvel, because Marvel carried blockbuster movies for how long? And we've had consistent flops.
I don't know what to attribute that to, other than just general disinterest. But I'm curious. I would need to probably see Fantastic Four. Because that's the next big name that's coming up.
And more recognizable than Thunderbolts.
And I could see people not being interested in Brave New World because a lot of people quit after Endgame. Like, I've heard a lot of people say, like, after Endgame, we're done.
I fell off. I'm good.
Thunderbolts, especially just being a unique name. I think when I was thinking about what you were saying, it might have been a great call to put their names on the chairs in the casting announcement for Doomsday. Because it probably gave some small group of people. Oh, these are going to be the new Avengers movie. Yeah, they needed to. Okay, I need to see this movie.
Yeah, it could be. It does make me nervous though, that like if people are disinterested in Fantastic Four flops, does that mean the Avengers movies aren't going to have the traction that they think? Like I'm starting to think long term here. Like if these movies consistently start losing money, is Disney going to go, look, Marvel's not profitable anymore. We're going to have to shift something here, which would be crazy.
That blows me away. That bums me out a ton because I really like Thunderbolts.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if Fantastic Four makes money, it's probably not an issue then.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, if it's a good movie and it still doesn't break even, that is kind of a telltale sign that like general audience is like losing interest in the MCU, which is sad. Because Thunderbolts is so good, and if Fantastic Four is good...
On top of that, dude, Doomsday and Secret Wars getting delayed.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Gosh, that's right.
What do you think that means? That they don't know what the frick to do?
I don't think they know at all what they're going to do. I think they probably have like bones, but they haven't really...
Feel like that, doesn't it?
Yeah. I've heard some discourse online, and I get this and I agree, like, delay it, figure it out, it'll be a better movie for it. I'm all for that. But I don't think it's because, like, I think it's because they don't know what they're doing. Or they don't have, like, a clear plan or shot plan, something, I don't know. But something's off enough for them to go, we need to delay it.
Yeah.
And it's disappointing, though. Because the Doomsday's coming out in December. It's going to be a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Which is wild to me. Like, I don't... Is that the...
I needed it. I'm sorry. I DoorDashed.
You just DoorDashed
my Uber Eats.
A coffee in a glass cup. How do I get this number?
You want one?
No, I'm just kidding.
I can put one in for you.
You want me to order one for you? Order one for me, yeah. Right. Can I get a caramel macchiato? I'm just kidding. No, seriously, can I get caramel?
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, great. Yeah, I think Avengers Doomsday being a Christmas movie is not as fun. Hot take. I want this to be in May.
So true.
I want this to be in May.
Fantastic point. I agree with you. And I was watching the I won't take this take, but it was Andrew and Alex's take on when they were talking about this subject that Christmas is for Star Wars.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, it was.
It has been for a while,
and
yeah.
It should be. And I agree, and I always looked forward. I remember going to see Rogue One on Christmas, like part of being Christmas vacation.
It's cool because all your family's together. Like my dad's a huge Star Wars fan. Like all my mom, sisters. So we would all go watch the Star Wars movie.
Either way, a big blockbuster movie being released around Christmas is a genius idea. Just because people have taken time off and have. For myself, general more availability.
Yes.
So we go see a movie, we like it. Oh snap! We're all off for the holidays, and we got family in town. Yo, let's go see Star Wars. Well, let's go see this again. You know. So it is smart, but I'm with you. I'm with you that.
Yeah.
I don't really want Marvel to take that Christmas slot.
Yeah. What's funny too is every big movie that's been released around Christmas, I've ended up seeing 2 or 3 times.
Exactly.
So like
because
Star Wars,
off, right?
I'm off.
Yeah.
I go see it with like my dad and my family. Then we go visit my grandparents, and my aunt and uncle say, hey, we want to go see it too. Yeah. Then we go see it with them. Exactly. Like, so they're going to make more money from rewatching it just because of availability.
Yeah.
But we've come to know the Avengers as a summer movie. That's a May release. Now, I think the other one is coming in May or sometime this summer, something like that. But yeah, I was kind of disappointed to see that. I think it's not a good sign, though.
Yeah, take your time.
I'm fine. If you need the time to make it a good movie, that's okay.
Yeah.
We're just going to be a little light on the MCU projects for a while.
Disappoint us up front, then let us down on the back end.
Yes, yeah. But that means we won't get an MCU movie until the end of next year, after Fantastic Four, right?
Yep.
That's wild.
I think we're getting Spider-Man. I don't know that Spider-Man's changed. Spider-Man might still be coming out
next
year.
summer?
Yeah.
Okay. So that would tie us over,
Yeah.
essentially. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. And because they're shooting right now, so that can make sense.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah. We'll see. Take your time. I'm happy if it's going to be a good movie because you took more time. Great.
Thank you.
I will make sure to send a tip.
We don't tip. We make no money. Wow. Speaking of, please subscribe. Please follow us.
I'm begging.
I know. BetterHelp. Come on. Like, we're depressed. We have problems.
Because I don't make enough money off this podcast.
Dr. Squatch, we smell horrible. You should be in this room right now. It's atrocious.
Stanky.
I want my Dr. Squatch. Manscaped?
I
can't tell you how many times I get lost in this guy.
That's not true. That doesn't happen.
All right. We will have a Patreon.
Lost in the wild jungle. So we will have a Patreon, yes.
All right.
Wow, that's good.
In that vein, I have something.
Go for it.
Brokeback Mountain is getting a re-release.
Oh my gosh.
As this
Is it
movie
the anniversary?
is high in your top 10.
Yeah, this is number 2 for me. Right under Interstellar.
Yeah. You'll be going, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Not.
You'll be going.
No, I'll be going, yeah. What is it like?
I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go. I haven't seen it.
Are we going together?
I don't know.
Christian, we have to.
I'll bring the tissues.
For what?
Tears. You sick?
Is it like the 20th anniversary or something like that?
I have no idea.
That's wild. So it's just making its
Isn't
reappearance.
it a little... I don't know. Maybe if people want to restore friendships, they need to like star in a movie where they make out constantly. Because they came out of that movie Best Friends, Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal. They came out of that movie great pals.
friends.
Because Jake Gyllenhaal is the godfather to Heath Ledger's daughter.
That's hilarious. Make out with your bros and your best friends for life.
Exactly. Nope. Sit down. Sit down.
We'll save it for the viewing.
You know what to say.
What?
You know what to say. You know the line. No. The hottest words in the English language.
I'm pregnant.
Those words.
Yeah, apparently.
All right. You're very excited. I have not seen it, but you watch it all the time.
What are you talking about?
Have you seen Brokeback Mountain?
I don't think I have. I definitely was not allowed to watch it as a kid. And I don't think I ever got around to it as an adult.
I haven't seen it.
But I do love me some Jake Gyllenhaal.
Before someone says, "Oh, Christian, you're just insecure," you're right. You're right.
Yes.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm too insecure to watch that movie. I'm too afraid of what it might awake in me. So,
We will not be going to see this movie together.
it's probably a solid move. Okay.
That's hilarious.
We had a new Guy Ritchie movie come out next weekend. Adding to the box office weekend, we have Fountain of Youth come out with John Krasinski.
Yeah.
Natalie Portman, directed by Guy Ritchie, not written by Guy Ritchie. That is important to the next statement I'm about to say. This movie is not good.
Does it suck?
It was hard for me to get through, personally.
Really?
It is just...
Please tell me John
mess.
Krasinski's at least good.
Yes.
Oh, love him.
It's a mess. I had more cohesive thoughts when I was watching it. Like, I don't like this and I don't like that. Mainly, I just don't... So, they do an interesting thing up front. and I was like, oh, this is different. I like this. The setup for the movie I think is interesting. And they introduce like it's an archaeological treasure hunt, and they introduce like the billionaire that is financing the whole thing. And you're like, that guy's evil.
Yeah.
But they kind of like do a really good job of like, oh no, this guy's a good guy. Like, oh, interesting. This guy just wants to interesting. This guy's not just evil. He's not just, I want this to sell it and whatever. Turns out that is exactly what he is. So I was really let down that way.
Yeah.
I just bought into the lie he was selling at everyone right up front. Yeah. But they deconstruct that. They're like, do a really good job of keeping that in line, and then it flips, and then it becomes very not in a good way. Like it just turns, and you're like, well, he feels slimy now. Like, why does he feel slimy?
You thought they were doing something interesting, and then they pulled the punch.
Right. Yeah. There's like a weird Fountain of Youth secret society that protects it that is never explained or anything like that. Weird. I don't know. Hard to follow a little bit. But
did it feel like Guy Ritchie?
No.
It didn't. Mm-mm. That's interesting.
But that brings me to this. Emily Blunt. What's the most recent big movie that Emily Blunt's been in, to your knowledge?
Oppenheimer.
Exactly. This is a powerhouse Hollywood couple. John Krasinski, Emily Blunt, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
A tier.
But she wears the pants, right? Like, she's the breadwinner because she's Edge of Tomorrow. I know he was a part of like A Quiet Place, but Edge of Tomorrow, Oppenheimer. I mean, she's in a ton of
Mary
stuff.
Poppins.
I know.
She's probably done more big projects than him. Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, he's raking in the cash too. He's Jack Ryan. He did A Quiet Place. I mean, he's done some good stuff.
Sure. I think A Quiet Place is the best.
Yeah.
In 13 hours.
13 hours. Yeah.
Obviously, Jim from The Office. How do you...
Oh, that's right.
How do you think it feels to you go to Oppenheimer with your wife? You're supporting her. And you watch just this amazing movie that is Oppenheimer. And then you trudge Emily Blunt to the Fountain of Youth movie. Like, I'm just
look at this masterpiece I made, babe.
Exactly. Like, do you think that's hard for her to sit there?
That's a good thought.
I know. Oh, you're going to be John Krasinski, and I'll be Emily Blunt here. In this situation, we're going to do a little role play at the movie premiere. Gosh dang it.
Dang it, I thought we were going somewhere else. I was excited to be John Krasinski in that scenario that we were going to play. Anyway.
Yeah. So we've just finished watching it. So the credits are rolling.
Emily, darling, what'd you think?
I think it's quite... Oh, yeah. Is that it? Why am I freaking Australian? It's good.
Pick a European accent.
I can't do it. I gotta lock in.
I think this is gonna be pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite good. I liked it. Yeah.
I would say this is... I mean, Jim is my best, but this might be my magnum opus.
Really?
Yeah.
This is your favorite movie you've done? You've done Babe. What?
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is good. Guy Ritchie, incredible director.
Do you remember when we went to Oppenheimer?
Yeah. I mean, great film, babe. I mean, you did fantastic.
There's no way they don't measure whatever as a couple, right?
They have to.
I think so.
Emily's got to watch that and go.
It's got to be embarrassing to, like, your wife was just in Oppenheimer.
I bet you they talk about it at home. I bet you he finishes Fountain of Youth and he's like, yeah, babe, you're just better at this than me.
Maybe.
But we made however much millions of dollars out of this.
He's like drinking he's on his like fifth whiskey, right? He's just hit the dog. The dog is in the corner somewhere. And Emily's just like on the phone with Nolan. Just chatting it up.
Darling. Chris.
Mr. Chris.
What's our next film? Oh, lovely idea.
He's like, I worked with Natalie Portman, and she's like, Robert Downey Jr., Cillian Murphy,
Matt Damon,
both of them Oscar winners. Oh, Natalie Portman's an Oscar winner, and is she?
For Black Swan, I think. Yeah.
Dang it.
She's also Padme. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Oscar, Star Wars. What's more, anyway. Who else is in Fountain of Youth?
I don't know. General Hux is in
Domhnall Gleeson.
Who?
Domhnall Gleeson.
There's some chick that was in woman that was in Baby Driver. She's in it.
Oh, Ease Gonzalez? Yeah. I like her in Guy Ritchie stuff. She does a good job.
Yeah, she's in...
Most of the time.
Ungently Warfare.
She's also in Ambulance.
Ambulance.
With Jake Gyllenhaal. Back to Brokeback Mountain. Here we go.
Yeah.
We're going to climb back up that mountain. Anyway. Yeah, that's fun.
I just can't quit you. I sent my boss one of those.
Really?
Yeah, he told me good job. I sent him a Brokeback Mountain scene.
Which one?
One that got me in trouble.
You're no longer employed.
It was him hugging.
Christian's doing the podcast full time.
He was hugging. One of them was hugging the other one and said, "I just
like
can't."
very like intimately.
Yeah.
Like a real tight embrace.
Like a tight embrace.
Like when we hugged the other night. Yeah.
No.
When you rested your head on my bosom.
No, that didn't happen. Gosh, only on the Patreon. Yeah,
the things we'll do on the Patreon.
I know the things we do for money. It's crazy. All right, last thing on new news I have here is Machine Gun Kelly has just come out with a new song, Cliche. Why are you laughing? Have you heard it?
Continue. No.
Have you heard it?
No.
You haven't? Well, there goes that. All right, we can move on.
Why are you bringing up Machine Gun Kelly?
Because he came out with a new song.
Is it good?
I don't know. I was hoping you knew.
I don't listen to Machine Gun Kelly.
I think it's like a callback to some 2000s.
Oh, okay.
So I've heard snippets of it. I think it's catchy, but personally,
I don't like Machine Gun Kelly.
Tell me, would you wait for me? He's really proud of it, which is cool. I see.
He's a kinky weirdo.
With Megan Fox, though.
I mean, yeah. Fair point.
You just sounded like
Moving
an
on.
idiot.
You're freaking right. Daggone it. Doesn't she like carry a drop of his blood or something like that? Or she did.
What the heck?
You didn't hear that?
No.
She like had a necklace where she carried like a drop of his blood in it. She was like on the red carpet or something, like talking about it.
All right, I want to see her to do that.
This is my Buddha's drop of blood. I keep it close to my heart. That way we're just so closely. You give me. I'll wear it on or like a necklace around mine. It'll be just you'll be Machine Gun Kelly. I'll be Megan Fox. It's the same thing.
That's a lot of blood.
Dude, are you okay?
That movie? Nice Guys when he punches.
Yes, yeah.
That's a lot of. I was hoping you knew.
I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm not a avid Machine Gun Kelly listener,
I
unfortunately.
thought you liked rap.
Not Machine Gun Kelly rap.
It's all the same.
No, oh my! You piece of crap! Don't you ever say those words again? That's crazy. You're gonna get absolutely roasted for saying that.
I'm obviously joking. It's satire. Eminem
Destroyed
is
that
the
man's
only
career.
white boy that can rap. Anyone
Fair.
else who tries is a poser.
Logic? I'm joking.
Logic?
I'm joking.
Oh.
You don't know who Logic
No.
is? Oh, man.
NF's white. I like NF.
Yeah, NF's good. He had his moment.
That
of
one
light.
song's an awesome song.
Yeah, that was on like mainstream
Search.
radio too.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of good ones, but
They're making a whole lot of changes. Wrote a song about that. You should play it.
yeah, Eminem destroyed Machine Gun Kelly's
Yeah, they had
career.
some weird beef that
Yeah.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Kill Shot. Have you ever heard Kill Shot?
But I know that he orchestrated all the beef, right? And
Yeah,
Eminem just responded.
destroyed him. Over. Dunzo.
I was gonna say that I've never been a fan or whatever. Like I've never been an avid listener. He does seem like genuinely very psyched about his song.
Yeah.
And I personally, I'm just a person who finds that infectious. When someone's like really passionate about something they did, they're very excited about it. I find that infectious and I like it. So when I was watching, because it's been all over the place. When I was watching him talk about it, he's just so clear. He's super proud of it. So cool, man. Good for you, buddy.
I'm just thinking of
What do you
another. I'm thinking of another. What do you think? I'm just thinking of another really popular music artist that's kind of blowing up right now on social media and TikTok. We were literally talking about it.
Oh, I don't remember his name.
Brandon.
Oh, was it Brandon?
Yeah, it was.
Abernathy, I think.
Yeah. Speaking of Brendan, excuse me.
Brendan.
Come on.
Brendan.
It's like me ordering at a freaking fast food restaurant.
I don't.
What is it again? Is it Brendan? No, you idiot. It's Brandon. It's pretty easy.
Brendan Abernathy. So unwarranted. Like, come on, internet. Like, is he being a little cringy? Absolutely.
Yes, clearly.
Is he have way too much vibrato going on in that song? Yeah, absolutely. Is he wearing socks on the bare ground outside? He absolutely is. Is he on his tiptoes? Yep. You sure betcha.
Yeah, he's on his tiptoes.
But does that make him, like, just the worst musician on earth?
No, it's not.
Absolutely. Not. I mean, it's.
You sure about that?
No, I don't. I actually like the song.
Sure about that?
You sure about that? I actually like the song a little bit. I don't know.
What? Really?
Oh, hang on. The original version of it is slow.
It's better. Okay.
And it's not.
I haven't heard the original version. I've only heard the TikTok one.
If he doesn't do this one thing in the video, I swear no one would care. And I'll be dancing out in California. That to me was too much. Like dude, I led worship. I get it. You get hyped, whatever. This, like in the middle, slap stop on the guitar. Wink.
Yeah.
That was too much for me, and I was like, all right. But I hope that he launches a very successful music career.
Hey, maybe you will.
I heard
you will.
A guy, Knox.
Yeah.
I listened to some of his stuff. He was talking about it, and he does the. She said, "I like your confidence, but you're not the 1975." He was talking about it, and he was like, if Noah Kahan or like Zach Bryan or whoever came out with this song, I promise all of you would love it.
Would love it. But this guy...
I don't think there's nothing wrong with the song. I just think it's him in that moment.
The persona in the moment went viral, and people were roasting him for it.
I'm curious how he got there. Like, what happened? Like, how did that event happen?
Yeah. He had a lot of people around him.
This is all these clips are going to do so well.
This is going to be great.
We like
this. Is gold.
Come on the podcast.
Come on, Brendan Abernathy.
Come on the podcast.
We love you.
Come on the podcast.
Come on the podcast.
We don't deserve it. We're not that good.
No.
I absolutely fumbled the Emily Blunt, John Krasinski bit. So,
dude, I thought it was hilarious.
Did you?
Yeah, I thought it was greght.
Okay.
You used like 4 accents in 10 seconds.
Right.
And I was like, what are you doing? I thought it was great.
You know, why would you show me this?
Crocky, Mike Krasinski. What the frick do you think you're doing up there, honey?
Why in the world would you be showing me this, John? This sucks.
This sucks, John.
This sucks bollocks, John.
I couldn't do it. I got going. I couldn't stop myself. I'm so sorry. We'll cut that out.
Dang it, Brandon. Dang it.
Is a British accent not either?
No.
Because
she's white.
That's true.
I'm white. I'm so white right now. I'm wearing a Halo shirt.
Halo makes you white?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I guess only nerds can be white. Oh. It's so funny.
There's a guy who's actively in our comments who does not like us, who's going to disagree with that statement so much.
Satire. That was. I'm not being serious there. Clearly.
I hope I can edit that out. Why would you take me here, John? You know I was in a Nolan. But think about the kids, John. They're going to be so embarrassed you were in this movie.
Oh, that's so funny. What a disgrace, John.
I shared a man with Lawrence Pugh.
That's awful. Poor John. John's just trying to make his way in the world, man. Yeah. He's just trying to do it.
I know. He's had some interesting... A Quiet Place was good. But I don't
Quiet
think...
Place is fantastic. And that's his baby.
You know what's
That's his baby.
No, it's not, though. A Quiet Place is not his baby. It was written as a screenplay by 2 college students that he took, and they totally marketed it like he wrote it. He wrote the second one, but he totally did not give them enough credit. And I remember hearing about that, and like I totally thought John Krasinski wrote the Quiet like this. I thought this was his idea, and it was not. And that was interesting.
That is interesting.
But he did 2, and I thought 2 was good. So.
Yeah, I thought 2 was very good. Man, I'm trying to remember. I thought it said written and directed by John Krasinski. I wonder if like
the screen now, like I don't know what
he got the idea and wrote the script, probably.
Right.
Okay.
But he didn't. That's not writing it. Like,
yes,
that's not. Or that might be writing it, but that is not.
It's adapting it.
Adapting it, but that is not conveying the reality of what happened, which was like he adapted someone else's idea.
Yeah.
You know, I wrote and directed this constitutes. I came up with this, right?
Yes, that's what I typically think of. Yeah, that's the
Nolan
overall.
says, me and my brother wrote and directed
I think
Inception.
Original idea.
Exactly.
I created it.
Exactly.
So, yeah, no, that's a good point because I definitely thought that. So
there are examples where that's not the case.
Yeah.
In Man of Steel, when they said written by Christopher Nolan in the trailer, I understand Christopher Nolan did not come up with the Superman.
Yes.
Superman concept. Mm-hmm. I'm well aware of that. But you know that because Superman's like a 70-year-old IP.
Yes, yeah, clearly. Yeah, that's funny.
Did you have any other news?
No, I didn't have any other news specifically.
All right. I got a fun game for you.
Hit me.
All right. Are you familiar with these names? I don't know what I was doing. Tyler Hoechlin. Tyler Hoechlin, Brandon Routh, Christopher Reeves, Man of Steel, Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Is it Ralph? Brandon Routh, Henry Cavill, Christopher Reeves, and David Cornswet. All of them are who?
Superman.
They're all Superman. You get a gold star.
Yes.
Now, this is important. There's a lot of controversy about these freaking trunks on Superman.
Oh my gosh.
What is your opinion on trunks? On the underwear.
Me wearing trunks in general?
No, the underwear, the trunks
on the outside.
on the Superman suit.
Gosh.
Here's my take. I think it looks great in the comics.
Yeah.
I think in every comic it looks really good. I don't care.
Yeah.
I think it looks fine. I think people make it a big deal, and that makes it a big deal.
Yeah.
That's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it really looks that bad. I think it's just people being like, ew.
Yeah.
And
because it's like abnormal.
Sure.
In like a real world scenario. I don't care.
But like when you grew up watching Christopher Reeve Superman.
Yeah.
Reeve Superman.
Absolutely.
Were people who also, when I would talk about that movie as a child, no one would be like, ew, he wears underwear on the outside of his, ugh.
I don't want to watch that.
That never happened.
No. I don't care. I think it's fine. David Cornswet looks fine.
Sweet.
I like Henry Cavill's not having it. I will say.
I don't think
it's a little more realistic.
I don't think it looks bad, especially because they do a lot of the ornate, like siding on the suit. It doesn't look
really accentuates his abs, and his physique.
Exactly. All right, well that brings us into the segment here.
Oh, great!
You, Brandon Clark, are gonna rate all from, of these 5. I know there's more, but of these 5, I want you to rate these Superman crotches.
Oh, brother. Oh, man. Battle of the Bulges. That's what we'll call this. Holy crap. Did you put this together?
Who's got the biggest package based on that?
Holy crap. This is, what's his name again?
Tyler
I know it's from
Hoechlin.
Lois and Lane. Yeah.
Tyler Hoechlin.
Tyler Hoechlin.
Hoechlin or Hoechlin?
Hoechland. Okay, I got it.
He played college baseball.
Really? He's a good-looking Superman. Did you watch Lois and Lane?
I think so, too.
So, I didn't watch Lois and Lane, but I see some clips.
Lois and Lane?
No.
Superman
and Lois.
I like the first season of Superman and Lois a lot.
Really? And I see clips from it and I'm like, oh, this actually doesn't look bad. Like, it looks like they kind of dialed up the CW quality. All right. Number 5. Worst crotch. Dude, I hate to say it. I think it's going to be Christopher Reeves. There's
Really?
no package there. No package there.
Well, I just mean as a look. I don't want you to look at their wieners.
You said I'm rating crotches.
Yeah, like just the design. Like dude, we're not that Brokeback Mountain. Like, golly,
Bro, I just thought we were rolling with it. I'm just kidding.
I said that to be funny, just like the underwear.
Suit, I think like. Okay.
I think that's
overall, I think Brandon Routh is 5.
Okay.
I don't really like his.
Yeah.
I think Tyler's going to be number 4. Christopher Reeve, it's too classic. So I'm going to put it 3. Dang, this is tough. Dude. I think Henry Cavill's at number 2. And I think David Cornsweet's number 1. I think David Cornsweet might be the best one.
He's got the best crotch.
He has the biggest package.
Potentially.
Dude, but look at Tyler, man.
Tyler's packages.
Dude, he's packing heat.
Nice.
That's the schlong.com.
So you
right
went
there.
Ralph
last.
Hoechlin. Mm-hmm. So you went Brandon, Tyler, Christopher, Henry, and David.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do something similar. So when I look at these crotches, these Superman crotches,
these Superman
I have spent a lot of time looking
in preparation for this episode
at these packages.
What were you doing?
These crypto packages. These Kryptonian crotches. Rate these Kryptonian crotches. So, my least favorite Kryptonian crotch is gotta be Brandon Routh. The underwear is too tight. It's too skinny. It's kind of like a little bit too much like a Speedo swimsuit look. I'm not a fan.
It's not working for you. Not gonna get the job done.
It's a little too small. It's a little too tight, a little too dainty for me. But it does look like it hugs the unmentionables kind of nice.
So what I hear is you don't like dainty.
No.
Okay.
All right. Tyler Hoechlin, sorry. Your suit, his first CW Superman suit, great. It's a huge improvement for what they had in Supergirl.
Yeah.
But I think you need a little bit more than just the belt. I've seen a lot of people edit out and just put belts in.
Yeah.
I do think it's not enough breakup. Yeah.
I've tried the just belt, doesn't work. Trust me.
It's not enough breakup, but that Kryptonian crotch looks like it's a Man of Steel of its own, you know? Number 3, I'm going Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill,
my man.
He's got the suit. The Man of Steel suit is just great. It looks
so
good.
Sleek.
I think
it's so smooth.
They did a good job figuring out a way to not do trunks.
Yeah.
And not making it look like a blob like the Tyler Hoechlin suit. That being said, I've seen people edit on trunks on the Man of Steel suit.
I have too.
I don't think it looks bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I kind of think you just got to go for it in these scenarios. My number 2 spot, I'm going David Cornsweet's crotch. His trunks they're high-waisted. Maybe a little bit too much. Anytime I see them, I think of like.
You think they're a little low?
No, I think they come up high. I like how low they go down. I think they come up high around the belly button.
I'm opposite. I think the fact that they go down a little bit lower is just a mark on it.
You're making me look at this.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They almost look like they're just a lot bigger than the other versions. I still think overall it's a great look. That's why I have it at number 1. But I do wish they were a little higher.
You are right, because the thing I like. You're right. They do go down the leg a little bit more. I do think that helps with the overall it looking like underwear or whatever.
Yeah.
But I like it. I like the belt.
Yeah, belt looks really good. I mean, I'm also looking at the overall.
I think it works for the overall. My favorite might be the Christopher Reeve because it looks just like the comic book.
It does, yeah. It's classic.
It looks completely similar. They didn't question it. They went for it. I think it absolutely works.
The only thing I will say about a live action version is the belt. The belt just looks off to me, just because it's flat, but it's completely comic book accurate. Yeah. That's probably why I put it down.
But Christopher Reeves, it looks perfect. It just looks. It looks like the comic book.
He is Superman.
Yeah.
That's my Superman.
But yeah.
Wow. So we have rated the Kryptonian crotches.
Yeah, the Kryptonian crotches.
Can't wait to see that Kryptonian crotch in July. Front row seat, you and me.
All right. You gonna do Last of Us?
Yeah. Last of Us Season 2 is over.
Yep.
We got our finale. We're done. We can talk about this cohesively as an overall season.
Yes.
I want to hear what you think first.
No, you do not.
Yeah, I do.
Do you want to rate the season first?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I'm ready for this. All right. I'll count us down. You go first, then I'll go. This is our rating for The Last of Us Season 2. 3, 2, 1.
7 out of 10.
8 out of 10. You're higher than I thought you would be. Let's start with the finale, and then let's broaden it out. Tell me what you think.
That was fine.
Here's what I'll say. I think it's a great episode. I don't think it's a great finale, though. I don't think it gives enough to warrant it being a good finale. Not just because it's on a cliffhanger. We should probably talk about spoilers, but not just because it ends on a cliffhanger, but just overall, it's just like not satisfying enough for me to be a finale, like a good finale. I think it's a good episode.
I'd asked you that if we were going to end the way I thought it was going to end.
Yeah,
and you were like, "Yeah, no, I think it's going to be great."
And I know.
And you feel differently. I'm not trying to rub that in your face.
No,
I'm
do.
Just clarifying. So you do feel differently than. Interesting. I don't know that I care.
Care about the episode, or just like, I mean, because they did what the game did essentially, right?
Yeah. It's just, I don't want to join the mountain of hate that Bella Ramsey's already getting, because I think it's directed like this. I just don't understand why they're changing the character to that degree.
Yeah.
To where it just feels like she's openly wrong.
Yeah.
And I can't relate to what she's saying.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't know.
So, this is not an original thought by me. I'm not going to claim this. But I can't remember where I saw it. I had the thought in the episode, and somebody else, I think, just kind of formed it for me. But in the episode, I just thought, they're just clearly doing something different. They're clearly doing something different with this Ellie than I think what the game is. Now, I haven't played the game, but from all the discourse I've seen, they're just taking a very different approach to it. And it's kind of confirmed in this episode. And what I saw someone else say that kind of formed the thought and completed it is, somebody was saying that they think they wrote Ellie a little bit differently because they needed to give some of the side characters more purpose. So rather than Ellie having all of the tools and assets she needed, they needed to give Dina purpose. They needed to give Jesse purpose to be relevant in a TV show, because it's not a video game where you can rely solely on Ellie. And I thought, that's an interesting thought. Maybe that explains a little bit more why she does feel a little different and less capable, if that makes sense. I don't know what you think about that, but I was just like, that's an interesting take. That's as far as I kind of went with that. But
innately, the emotion I feel from that is anger.
I figured you would.
Because I said, from episode 2, why wouldn't you put Jesse in the town and Tommy with Joel to do that specific thing? That thing you just said that they did, where they had to pull from Ellie's character. Mm-hmm. They could have just done that. with Dina and Jesse.
I think that they were more so talking about, from my understanding and my thought, was the last few episodes specifically, where Jesse's very relevant and Dina's very relevant.
They didn't change anything with Jesse. Like, they didn't. That's just Jesse. They specifically just pulled things from Ellie, from my perspective. Like, Jesse doesn't do necessarily more or less than
so
what we
how
saw.
he is in these episodes is pretty much how he is in the game.
Yeah. So that's why
Tommy's
I'm saying,
just not as present.
Saying like, oh, we pulled from Ellie's character to hopefully give Jesse, and it's like, no, then Jesse should be the one at the town, like I just said.
Yeah.
That, to me, they didn't justify the Tommy decision, and I think what they were going for was trying to. I can only assume the reason that they did that with Tommy. They didn't have Tommy with Joel in episode 2 was to do the town sequence, but like I said, I think you could have done that with Dina and Jesse just fine. Really developed those two up. On top of that, I solely believe that they did that decision so Ellie could justifiably somehow make the decision to not go rescue him. They've drastically changed Tommy's character to do that specific thing. Because they would agree, if Tommy is there with Joel, it makes no sense for him not to go after them. I don't think it makes sense for him not to go after them anyways.
Yeah.
But the reason he didn't leave was so she would have this animosity towards Tommy and not want to go help him.
Yeah.
But on top of that, it does anger me because they got there, 10 minutes after she did?
Yeah.
So what the heck was the point?
Yeah.
And if you know, well, had she went and rescued.
Tell me about the game, Christian.
No, this is from the show. This is from the finale. All right, spoilers.
Yeah, let's spoil
Had
it.
she gone and rescued Tommy, Abby would have been there.
Wait, explain that.
Had she taken the time to go with Jesse to get Tommy instead of go, Abby would have been there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Most likely, I would assume.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's possible.
Possible.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. It's possible, I guess. Yeah. How much of this episode is different from the game?
A lot. They do a lot. They do a good job paying homage. Like the whole whale aquarium Tommy thing is. I can't remember. No, I think that's accurate. The big thing.
The Scar Island thing is different, right?
Yeah.
So I thought I remember seeing somebody say the Scar Island thing is different. That never happens in the game.
What the heck purpose was that?
So that's one of the biggest problems I had with
I know exactly why they did it. So you know things are going on. So when they go back, it's very obvious to you from Abby's perspective what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm totally wrong. Abby. Yeah, they wouldn't run into Abby. Never mind.
Why? Oh.
I'm wrong.
Okay.
I'm incorrect.
I'm trying to think through it.
No,
you're right.
They wouldn't have run into her.
No.
But it does anger me because it's like, I understand that's what happens in the game, but it's...
Yeah.
I feel like they changed that stuff with Tommy just to do that.
Yeah.
And in reality, because of how they've handled the characters, I don't sit there and going, wow, she's only seeing red right now.
Yeah.
I think, wow, they literally just did that so we would better understand why Ellie would choose to not go save him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It feels, from my perception, it feels like they've chosen to just very much change Ellie because it's Bella Ramsey.
I just don't, like, she can do it. I've watched her do it. Like,
she does do it in previous seasons. In season 1.
I don't know why they've changed it so much.
Yeah. So the Scar Island thing for me was weird. She shows up, it's so convenient, and then she just hops right back in the boat and goes over. Understood the purpose of it, but from like a show standpoint, it feels jarring to me. I already know that stuff's happening. All I needed to see was the WLF rolling out, and I'm good. Like, I know, seeing them in the distance, things exploding, I knew. I would have been fine with that. So it felt weird. I felt like we spent a lot of time on that. Like, I get the, like, imagery of it all, but the stuff in the aquarium I thought was really good, though. I thought it was fantastic, and that's partially why I think this is a great episode. All the stuff with Owen and what is her name? I can't remember the character's name, but the two of Abby's friends I thought was great. I think it seems like a huge character moment for Ellie, and I really liked that. Like, that's the moment where she feels like I'm going too far, and I like that Tommy and Jesse come get her. Like, I think all that works really well. And Bella Ramsey acts her freaking butt off in that scene. Did you like that scene?
Yes, and that's what makes me mad. Because I'm like, why are you changing this character? Bella Ramsey can deliver when she needs to deliver, but then you give her this terrible dialogue where she's... It's just a weird change to me that I just don't understand, and I don't think it's at the fault of Bella Ramsey whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah, she was crushing it in that scene. And I was like, you could just see the genuine, like, terror and, like, just remorse that she has instantly when she realizes. I just thought, man, this is good. Like, this is good television right here. But I do think kind of overall it feels weird as a finale. Like, it feels like I get the whole Abby changing perspective thing coming, but it feels like we needed, like, another episode or two to really finish this off, and it felt almost rushed at the end to me. I don't know, like, I kind of here's what I expected. Let me back up and explain it this way. Here's what I expected. Not playing the games. I expected us to spend more time with her picking off some of Abby's friends and to reach Abby kind of in a little bit more of a methodical way. But when she just gets Nora, and then we kind of rush to Owen and the other friend, I can't remember her name, I kind of thought we were going to take a little bit more time with that, and then boom, we're here, Abby's here, and it's like, whoa, okay, this is very jarring, very quick. I almost felt like we needed like another episode or two to kind of flesh it out, spend a little bit more time with it, and build to the Abby moment. And I think while Jesse getting murked hits hard, because I love the Jesse character, and I think that actor does a really good job. I really like him as Jesse. I do feel like it was like very sudden and kind of rushed. Not sudden in a way of like an impactful sudden in a way of like, oh, we're already here at this huge moment. Like, that just seems fast. And that's just kind of how I felt. And that's why I think partially why I thought maybe it wasn't a great finale. But I also don't have any like frame of reference. So
yeah, it's almost like it's like half of a game, half of a story.
Well, I know that.
I hated that they showed you Jesse. I hated that so much.
Did you want them to wait?
I wanted them to open the door, see it's Abby, crack shot, cut to black. Done.
You think it would have been crazy if they opened season 3 with Jesse just getting...
No, you don't get the resolution of that till the end of Abby's perspective.
Yes, I know.
No, they're not opening. It's going to be all Abby.
No, I know. Okay. I know. What I'm saying is, would you have preferred them? You see Abby, it cuts, open season 3, the beginning of season 3, episode 1, is Jesse getting shot, Tommy almost getting shot, then it cuts.
No.
And you switch to Abby.
No. Start
Well,
Abby.
then how would you have done it?
I would start Abby there.
And then resolve all of it?
Yeah.
But I think seeing Jesse die, though, adds a level of suspense to the moment. I like it. Because now, me seeing Jesse die, I'm even more pissed because I really like Jesse. So the fact that I'm going to have to wait, of course, is like good and bad. You know what I mean? But I want to see what the resolution of that is and how Ellie handles it, because now Jesse's dead and Tommy could very well be as well.
But you're not. You're going to spend another 7 episodes with Abby to get to there.
It adds the suspense between that time is what I'm saying. If I didn't see Jesse die and I just saw it at the very end, yeah, it might hit. I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is intense. But because this is probably like, we're not going to spend time with Jesse next season, like from Abby's perspective. So for me to see Jesse die adds more suspense to what's going to happen next in that moment. And the fact that I have to wait till the end of season 3 just add some like intensity and excitement for me. Does that make sense?
No, it does. I'm just kidding with you.
You piece of crap. I just think if we had waited, like, what would that have done more for me?
You don't think if they busted open the doors and you saw it was Abby and a shot went off and it just cut and went to Abby's perspective, you wouldn't be like, what happened?
No, I still would be. Yeah.
That's my point.
I think both work. Maybe that's
but I think
both
I like
work.
the other one just for a show. It's more of a finale. It's more. Also, they're gonna try and spend another 7 episodes with Abby, making you like her. Don't you think it'd be better if Abby didn't kill Jesse right away?
No, because they're going to spend time making us like her. And every time we start to fall like, she's kind of good, we're going to go, no, she freaking killed Jesse.
No,
it's going to thrash you back and forth. I love that.
It goes both ways.
That's great.
It goes
That's
both,
great.
No, it goes both ways.
Every moment next season, you're going to start to fall in love with Abby. And then you're going to go, no, I can't. I can't do it because she kills Jesse. Can't do it. That's great. I like that.
Really?
Personally, I
you like that more than actually finding her, seeing her as an anti-hero, and then she kills Jesse?
I do like that too.
Exactly. That's my point.
I like it too. I think still I like both. I think they both work.
I think one serves the purpose of what they're trying to do better, and that is get you to flip to Abby's perspective. Because they're doing that. They're making us sit with Ellie.
I see what you're saying.
And they're making us realize this is not worth it.
We'll never buy into Abby next season because we see her kill Jesse. That's a good point. That is a good point.
That's why I think if you hold that off.
Oh, dang, that's a good point. Because I'm going to have to trudge through 7 episodes not caring about Abby. Crap. I am curious how that's going to work. Because
I
don't care about Abby. I just want to see her die. So next season, if I have to sit through 5, 6, 7 episodes of her, every time they're going to try to make me like her, I'm going to be like, I'm not, though. She kills Joel and she kills Jesse. Good point.
That's
great take.
It's butched.
I'll give you that.
It's not cohesive. But yeah,
I stand by the fact that I think seeing Jesse die adds more suspense for how season 3 will end. But it does hurt Abby. It hurts Abby's character next season.
I think you basically, with what Ellie's been doing, they've done a good job with the scenes that they've had to do good jobs with, to where you start to wonder how worth it this is.
Yeah.
And then you go to Abby's perspective, you're going to spend time with her and see their attempts at redemption arcs for her.
Yeah.
And then just when maybe you've bought into her character and you're like, I like Abby, boom.
Frick! I hate when you're right. Ugh. Because I love this show. You make a very good point. That does hurt Abby's character, and we're going to spend so much time with her next season. Man.
I'm trying to remember if that's a cohesive take or not.
I think it is. But I mean, I wouldn't know from
say
the
it
game.
again. No. Like conversationally it comes out okay for the clip.
Point, yeah. Yeah, because we're going back and forth on this.
But yeah, you don't kill Jesse at the end of the final. You leave it. They crash in. Tommy's on the floor. She turns, bang. Black. Cuts to black. She wakes up on the couch. Walks out. Day 1, Seattle. We spend the whole show. What happened? What's going to happen? Getting into that moment with Abby's perspective. We see all the events transpire that, go along in parallel with what we saw this season to get to that moment. Hopefully they've done it in a way where you buy into Abby and you like her character and you actually see her as an anti-hero like they intend, and then boom, Jesse's dead. I think that then flips it again. Boom, boom. You're like, oh. Yeah. Personally. But
because you buy into Abby, you start to like her character, you start to understand her a little bit more, and then ultimately she still kills Jesse. And it brings you back,
Yeah.
It softens you up, and then boom, she kills Jesse.
Yeah, I like, they're doing a great job right now executing on the whole, what Ellie is doing right now is no different than what they did to Joel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we like Joel because we spent time with him.
Yeah. Great take.
Yeah.
You got me. I think let's broaden out to the season. You still think it's a good season? I mean, you give it 7 out of 10.
I kind of just feel like it's Daredevil Born Again. Like, I feel
Wow.
like, yeah, it's there. It's just they make so many. It's like kind of like with Born Again, where like they made so many decisions that I just don't understand.
Yeah.
And they pulled their punches so much, I just don't get it. But it's like, yeah, set design was great. Dina's awesome.
Yeah.
Isabella Marcet is the reason this isn't a 5 out of 10. She brought this show up 2 points for me.
Yeah.
She is awesome as Dina, and I love the idea of giving Dina more, but give Dina more and don't take away from Ellie.
From Ellie, yeah.
I really enjoyed her character. I wanted more Tommy. It's kind of crushing me. Now, we don't really get Tommy's perspective. You see Tommy about the same amount.
Yeah.
But the knowledge of knowing Tommy's out there just getting it done, dude.
Yeah.
And you're like walking through, you're finding his shells, his round casings, and you're like, Tommy, you know, and you're sneaking around hearing the wolf guards talking about this like terrifying guy
Sniper,
who's just picking them off. And, you know, Ellie's kill count is super low.
True. True. I mean, narratively, it works a little.
I just don't
that
think
way.
maybe there's enough action past episode 4.
They spend a lot of more just emotional time than they do
not
action.
Time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I guess the stalker. Maybe there is.
There's. I mean, when Jesse shows up, all that was only what 3 episodes ago.
4. Episode 4. Because then no,
it was 5.
5. Episode
6 is the flashback.
6 is the flashback.
And then we just had 7. Yeah. There's been some action.
The flashback didn't have as much action as I thought it was going to have either.
True, yeah.
But
we didn't need it in that episode, though. I think overall, Last of Us Season 2 is a really good season of television. I like the first 2 episodes a lot. I like a lot of the things that they chose with Tommy. I like the stuff in the town. I think the overall season works for me. The emotional moments really hit, especially with Joel and Ellie in the flashback. I mean, that episode is just great. I think you're right. Dina is awesome. I think she's really good. She has some good moments, especially between her and Ellie. I do think overall, just because I don't have the perspective of the game from what I'm perceiving, I really am still on board. I mean, 8 out of 10 is a high score. I really enjoyed the season. Like, I can't deny that. And the conversation's been fun with you because of the difference between you've played the games, I haven't. But I think just from what I've watched, I've really enjoyed it. It's right up my alley too. Like, it's one of those things I was thinking about it this week. I was like, I know I'm just kind of a sucker for like a good HBO show, but like I'm also a sucker for just like a good sci-fi, good kind of fantasy or whatever you want to call it show that's done well with characters I care about, and I care about all of these characters. And I do care about Ellie, even though there's been some interesting choices. Like, I care about Bella Ramsey, and I think she's doing a great job as Ellie. While it may be different from the game, I think she's doing a good job. I care about Dina. I care about Jesse. I care about Tommy. And if they can get me to care and they can pull on my heartstrings a little bit in the season, I'm going to give it points. And so I think overall it is a really good season. Here's what I will say, though. I've seen a lot of people this week be like, well, of course you're going to like it if you haven't played the game because, like, you haven't had, like, the best version of it. So, like, of course you're going to like it. And honestly, that just, like, this is not a shade at you, but, like,
I don't have that opinion.
I know, but I mean, you talked about, like, coming at it from the game perspective. I talked about it coming from not the game perspective. So a lot of people from the game perspective has said, like, of course you're going to like the show if you haven't played the game because, like, you haven't had it its best. And there's been a lot of hate for people who haven't played the game. And I that kind of pisses me off. And I've seen a lot of that this week. I think just people, like, wrapping up their thoughts of the season. And I've seen people just be like, yeah, of course you're going to like it because you're just getting fed, like, subpar, but you don't know what's best. And I'm like, that just seems like such a crappy take to me. Like, I think you have to approach art very differently than that. But what do you think?
I think we said the same thing about Daredevil.
What do you mean?
Born Again. I think we said the same thing about Born Again. It's like, you think this is good, go watch the first 3 Netflix seasons. We totally said stuff like that.
Yeah, but I would say there's probably a different... Well, maybe not. I would say there's a difference between the game medium and narrative.
Your specific statement of you don't understand what it's like at its peak, so
yes,
you're accepting mediocrity.
Yes. And I don't think you should like shame people for that. I mean, obviously, we both would agree you shouldn't shame people for anything. But I think the purpose of this show in many ways is to expose an audience broader than the video games to this IP. So if you're coming into this just as a show, like if you're not a gamer and you say, hey, I see this interesting show on HBO Max and you like it, I don't think everybody who's played the game should be hating on you and to be like, oh, you don't understand because I've played the game. No, that's not how we engage with art. Yes, there can be a comparison there. If they do play the game, you can have that conversation. But we engage art for what is presented to us. And if there's different adaptations and we haven't seen all of them, we don't have that comparison, and I like this single one that I've seen, I think that's fine. I don't think you should get hate for that. And I've seen that a lot, and maybe I'm a little defensive because I haven't played the game. But I've seen those, and I'm like, I know you don't.
I'm just saying.
I'm high on this season, and I see so many like people who are like, if you like this season, you're crazy. Like you need to play the video games. And I'm like, I don't think I need to.
I had one of the most controversial takes on the internet, which was the dad line that everyone made fun of that I didn't think was really even that bad. That made sense. True. I thought Ellie from the game would absolutely say that line. I think she would deliver it differently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I do think there is a version of Ellie from the game that would have a line like that, delivered completely differently. But I was just talking about that specific writing and what that meant. That I was fine with it.
Yeah. But I just think for what I've gotten, I really enjoyed it. I'll probably play the game one day and maybe my thoughts will change, but I just really like it.
Do you think you look at this show, I'm taking the game out.
Yeah.
Can you not find holes where it could be better?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's an out of 10, not a 10 out of 10.
I think that's what the people who played the game want to hear.
Yeah. That makes sense.
No, it's great. Y'all just need to accept it. The reality is, if you accept things... If we just glaze stuff, they're never going to change it.
Yeah.
I think we're in good hands going forward because there's enough people. That's why I just don't feel super passionately to like critique it. There's enough people out there saying my opinion.
Yeah.
And there's enough people who have way bigger followings than we do who have my opinion, and I don't feel the need to say it because I think that what they say will matter to the directors and writers.
Yeah, and maybe I just like I am more passionate because like I come out of every episode like so glad that the show exists, and like I'm excited to watch the next episode every week, and then I feel like I go on social media, and because I like the episode and people who play the game don't, I feel like I just constantly getting like bombarded. Not personally, but like I just see so much and I'm like, gosh, like but I like this. Like I love this. And it's fine for me to love this. You know what I mean? So I'm just like more passionate about it.
Yeah, I think
like I think this show is really great. Like I'm enjoying the experience.
Yeah, I mean, I also don't think it's fair for who directs this and writes this show?
Craig Mazin.
And Neil Druckmann. To be like have this opinion of like it's not fair to compare this to the game. We'll write a different show. If you don't want to be compared to the source material that's already beloved.
Are they saying that though? I don't know if they're saying that.
Oh no, I'm just saying.
Okay, I got you.
Like, you made a choice.
Yeah.
You changed things.
Yeah.
That you, in my opinion, did not have to change. Mm-hmm. And people don't like it. They have every right to not like it.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I'm not saying you're saying that.
Yeah.
They have every right to not like it. But also, the people who don't know what's been changed have every right to like it.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's... And if you played the game and you think this is... I kind of just think it's fine. Like, I just think, okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Whatever. It exists. It's going out. I would be upset if they didn't get a season 3.
Yeah.
I like everyone who's involved. I just don't... I swear it just comes down to the directing choices where I'm like, I know they're directing. It just feels like they're directing Belle Ramsey like this.
Yeah.
Belle Ramsey is not... Like, I hate the hate she's getting because there's no way she just did that and refused to take any notes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, she's crushing it, especially in the
when
moments
she needs to.
Yes, in the moments that she has.
When her and Jesse are walking around, I did not think that was great. What, the Dean is pregnant? Oh, shoot. That was a test?
That was a test. You're bluffing or something like that. Yeah.
Whether bad, I think it's more just dialogue is not great.
I didn't notice it. I thought it was fine. I thought it just give Jesse a little bit more. Yeah, her delivery on that is a little weird. It's not worth nitpicking to me. I thought it just give Jesse a little bit more dialogue.
She nails it when she needs to.
Yeah, I mean, the emotional scenes.
So that tells me she's being directed in these other scenes in a different way.
Because she can deliver when she's asked to, in a specific moment.
I wonder if they just didn't have the brass to actually go for it emotionally and tonally. How dark and dreadful and intense the game is, story-wise. How
you think they wanted to not market it, but totally make it a little bit more palatable?
I bet you they didn't have the balls to do it.
I don't know, though. I mean, they had the balls to kill Joel.
That's different.
That's different, though? I mean, that's a huge...
No. Balls to kill Joel, but then carry that throughout the entire season. They don't. There are moments when it's like...
You mean like the flashback episode?
No, I'm talking about like the moments we disagree about between Ellie and Dina.
Oh, I see.
Like the downtime when they're smiling and laughing. Like they didn't have the balls to actually carry that event through.
I just mean,
and they didn't have the balls to make you sit there and honestly kind of become agitated with Ellie. Mm-hmm. They don't have the brass to do that. In my opinion,
I just meant like there was so much discourse because people knew what came in The Last of Us Part 2 with Joel dying, and so many people saying like, how is this show going to survive without Pedro Pascal? Like, I felt like they had the balls to kill him and still carry on the show without him, essentially. Obviously, we get him in the flashback. But I thought they could maybe change that because they wanted the viewership to stay. And honestly, it has gone down.
It's going to tank.
It has gone down. The finale, I don't want to quote like numbers because I don't remember exactly, but the viewership has gone down drastically since Joel died. So they had the brass to do it, and it's gone down.
To me, that's the disinterest in how they're writing Ellie. That's just, to me, that Ellie's the character that's the most different.
Yeah.
And the people who... there's a lot of people who, like... It's easier to watch a season of television than it is to play 30 hours of video game.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So people finish the game.
Yeah.
So that should tell you something. That they're not identifying with more than just that choice.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think it's Ellie, the changes with Ellie and the being so tonally different depending on the situation.
Yeah.
That is not it. And they've had to change a lot. Like, they're smiling, they have this downtime, they're being vulnerable, but the reality is, in the game, and I'm sorry to bring this up, they're constantly battling. Like you just said, it thought it was going to be more methodical, and it was going to be more intense to just get to each person. Well, it is, because there are patrols, they're infected, every turn there's an obstacle. It is not like that at all. It feels like, well, we're strolling down Main Street. Oh, look, it's Nora. Let me go beat her to death. Oh, look. A whale. Let me waltz over there in my boat.
Yeah.
In the game, it does feel a lot more like you're climbing a ladder because you're constantly dealing with problems, and it is not in the show.
Yeah.
And that's what I think hooks people in. Is like that would be the driving is how are they going to accomplish what they're going to accomplish? It just feels like it's kind of just following in her lap, falling in Ellie's lap every time she's getting this opportunity.
It's more convenient.
So I think people finished the game. People played and finished the game. People liked the game
because of Ellie.
Yeah, because they had whatever. But yeah,
they cared about Ellie.
I'm tired of talking about it.
I just think it's great, and I don't know.
How did Audrey feel?
She really likes the show overall. The Jesse choice. So when we switched to Abby's perspective, she was like, "Oh, that's what we're gonna do." And I told her, I said, "So apparently, I don't know for sure." I said, "We'll switch to Abby's perspective for a while," and she was like, "I don't know if I care."
I'm actually the most interested in that now.
Really?
Because I don't think they should have changed anything in this season.
Yeah.
But they wanted them to make Abby more likable. I don't think they accomplished that.
Yeah.
For all the people who were like, you just didn't understand.
Yeah.
You didn't understand the point of the game. I understand the point. I just don't think they landed the plane.
Yeah.
I think it's the thing I want them to change the most. Like, please do not have her sleep with Owen. Good night. That just makes her so darn unlikable. Like, it's just, I would love to actually really like her character, and then she kills Jesse.
Yeah.
I would really like that to happen.
Jesse dying shook her. I mean, shook me because I didn't know that was coming. So that definitely hit. It ending on a cliffhanger is for both of us, like, in the moment of watching the episode, was kind of like, oh, like, dang, that's tough. She was like, dang, we're gonna have to wait like freaking 4 years to get this season. Yeah, I told her, I was
how
probably
do you
like
not have that next season in the pocket?
Aren't they shooting right now? Like, why can't that drop next fall or next summer?
Would you have rather waited for this show another 8 months to get season 2? Like, had they shot? It's only freaking 7 episodes.
Do you think the show deserved like 10, like a Game of Thrones season? I think so.
No, that's my point.
To the methodical point, I think we could have been more methodical with it if we had more time. 7 is short.
7 is too, but that's what I'm saying. If let's say you waited on season 2 for like 8 months, 8 additional months, but in 6 months you're getting season 3 after the final.
I'd wait.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
Because I think,
especially because it's on a cliffhanger.
I think that could actually work like that. You get the 8 more months of shooting and editing, and then you're dropping season 3, boom, like that. And you just call it, you don't even call it season 3. It's still season 2, just like a mid-season break.
Or you go, because this is ending in May, you go, coming in September, season 3. You take a break for the summer, and everybody's pumped for season 3 to come out, hanging like on the cliffhanger. If you've already got it lined up, why not? Why not? Don't wait 6 months. Just say we're going on break for summer. Season 3 is coming up this fall. People would go crazy. I think that's sick.
Yeah,
I would. Yeah, I would wait. I would wait to get season 3 sooner, because if we're not going to get it till 2027.
I would have waited another year.
Yeah, I would too.
Then wait 2 years for the next season.
Yeah,
but I digress. Ready?
It's fun.
Moving on.
Yeah, let's move on. It's sad because I like the show.
Friendship.
We've
both seen Friendship. All right. So if Tim Robbins. I mean, he's the newest, latest, greatest comedy sketch artist, whatever you want to call it. I think he should leave on Netflix. He's gotten his own feature-length movie,
and he's also done Detroiters, his own television show on Netflix as well. And this is an A24 movie. It is. Well. Tim Robinson, Paul Rudd.
Yep.
I'm trying to think who else is in this.
Sue Storm from Fan Four Stick.
Sue Storm, that's right.
That one kid from Shazam.
Yeah.
He's in something else. Like, is he in It? Is one of the kids in It.
He's one of the kids in It.
He's in the It show.
Welcome to Derry.
Dude. You scared?
Yeah, I'm not going to watch it.
Did you like It?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, what?
I mean,
I'm not a horror guy.
Here's what I'll say. I've pretty much seen it by all the clips that are just on social media constantly.
I'm not a horror guy.
If I piece them all together, I've probably seen the movie.
I am not a horror guy. I had fun with those.
I can't do it. I don't think I can do it.
Oh, I think you can.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't think it's that bad.
It's like the horror that I don't like, though. Like, Nosferatu is different. like I mean, specifically, it's like there's certain types of like thriller horror that I can do.
See, I just think they're good.
But this is like the creepy, like, I don't know.
No, I think they're just good movies that are scary. 100%.
I don't want to do it. Are you gonna watch the show?
Yeah.
I've seen the trailer. It intrigues me, but I don't want to watch it.
I think the show.
Like when the It trailer came out, I watched it like 4 times.
I'm such a wuss. I'm telling you, I'm such a wuss, and I don't think it's that bad. I really don't.
You feel like more adventurous than me for some reason, though. I feel like you like to really experiment.
No.
You
watch Nosferatu.
You have your
again.
experimental phase. That's because of you, though. You talked me into that.
No, you watched it again.
Oh. I did, and I regretted it very quickly. Maybe. When does the show come out?
Let's watch it together. I'll help you. I'll guide you through it. I really,
I'll do
don't.
I don't want to watch it alone.
I'll watch it with you. I've watched 1 and 2 with you.
I've seen the clip of Bill Hader. Is it in the first one or the second one?
Which one? Which clip?
Bill Hader, where
Bill
the
Hader, the
glasses come
second
off
one.
and he's like,
That's funny.
I'm sorry that I just stuck my tongue out.
It's funny.
Yeah, and it's like,
It has such a Stranger Things
isn't he like
vibe,
a big
bro.
creepy like spider looking like mouth open thing or something like that? That's awful. I don't want to see that.
CGI fest, bro.
Bro, I don't want to see
It's
that.
fine.
I don't want to see
You'll be
that
alright.
crap.
You'd be alright.
When's the show come out?
I don't know.
Okay. I was going to say we could watch it right before the show comes out.
I really, I could guide you through it. I promise. And it won't be.
Come down into the sewers.
How's it going, Georgie?
How's it going, Georgie? I hate it. I want to die. I don't want to watch it.
All right. Friendship.
Friendship.
This is our. You go first. I'll go first. This is our scores for Tim Robbins' Friendship out of 10. 3, 2, 1.
7.5.
Oh my god. Okay.
Give me yours. Well, I know what it is.
Yeah, 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
7.5. I'm acting like dramatic. It just bums me out. Okay. Tell me why you didn't like it.
Whoa. Whoa.
Tell me why you hate this movie.
Here's my suspicion. I think this movie is going to get better on rewatch.
You want to see it again with me in late
I would love to. When are you going to go see it?
Saturday night? Like
I might
late.
join you. I'm giving you my initial rating of 7.5. I've thought about it a lot this week though, and it's like certain scenes are funnier. So I feel like on a rewatch, this might clear an 8.5. I don't know. It's funny. It's great. Like it has some really good moments. I think it just pulls its punch a couple times, and that's what brings it down for me.
Explain.
So you want to talk? Let's just do spoilers. So spoilers if you haven't seen this.
It's awesome. Go see it. That's my take before I get into spoilers. I think it's... I'll give mine. I think it's awesome. I think it is so funny. I think it is the most acquired taste a movie has ever been, though. I think it does require you to understand the I think you should leave Netflix format, understand that humor and that vibe, and also find it funny. I think you do need to think I think you should leave is funny to find this funny.
Yes.
100%. If you love I think you should leave, you are going to love this.
Yeah.
This is going to be right up your alley. If you are indifferent, I would still go see it. Maybe because of some of the other dramatic elements and tonal shifts, you would appreciate it. If you do not assimilate, affiliate, relate whatsoever with I think you should leave, this is not your movie.
Not for you.
Do not
This is very different.
do not waste your time because you are going to be like, what the frick is going on? We finished the movie. Our friend of the show, Matt Lothar,
Yeah.
I'm sitting next to him. There's no AC in this theater. I didn't
You sat in
care.
that one?
Yeah.
Dude, there's one at our theater. It's awful.
Middle of the day, I didn't even care. This lady, girl got up in front of us, went, that was so effing stupid. And did that. She goes, I didn't think any of that was funny. And then she was complaining to her boyfriend about how loud me and Matt were laughing.
In front of you?
Yes.
That's wild.
I
on the way
was
out?
picking up on it.
Yeah.
But through the movie, she kept looking like me and Matt. I swear we laughed all of the first 30 minutes, just probably one cohesive laugh from the whole thing. And I saw her look at us a few times because it probably had 8 people in it. I saw it in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, she was not having it. She didn't get it. I kept seeing her throw her hands in the air. And I'm like, your boyfriend failed you today.
Yes, he did not prepare you for this.
He failed you. I'm sorry.
That's funny. That's hilarious thinking about someone who would just not get that kind of humor and like it and just being like, this is abysmal. Because you're right. I think your take on it's the most acquired taste is perfect. You have to. I have watched I Think You Should Leave. Audrey has watched I Think You'd Leave. We really like that humor. We've been watching Detroiters over the past couple weeks. It's funny. I think it works. I think he's great. It's totally very different, though, than those clearly. Oh, my gosh. It's totally very different.
There's some sketches that
It's
tonally like that.
Yes. Yes, I'll give you that. But overall, I think Tim Robbins' persona is a lot more lighthearted from what... Maybe I'm thinking more towards Detroiters because I've been watching that a lot recently.
100% are.
Because it's very light, very fun. Like it's a show.
I think this is basically like if Tim Robinson had an I Think You Should Leave sketch and someone said, let's make it a movie. That I feel like that's what this movie is.
Yes, it is. It's both a just really long I Think You Should Leave sketch and also like, I said this on like my letterbox, it almost feels like they crafted like a what could be an A24 like dramatic thriller, and then they plopped Tim Robinson into the movie and he's just kind of there existing being funny. So it kind of has both of those tones, and I can't figure out which one I feel like it is more, but it's like weirdly uncomfortable sometimes in a good way, but also in like a I feel like this is going somewhere and then it doesn't. Does that make sense? Like, for example, when he loses his wife, I think it's going to start going like a really weird way. Doesn't. She just comes back. All funny moments. It produces funny moments. Great. But there's just like 2 or 3 different moments throughout the movie where I think this is going to go like a twisted route or like do something like crazy, like just off the wall, and it never does. That's why I say it kind of pulls its punch and it kind of like dangles you out there, and there's a funny punchline, but it doesn't go beyond that. And I'm kind of like, are you trying to do something or are you not? I can't figure it out. Like the end scene, dude, I thought he was going to start shooting people. And he does it. And the scene is funny, but it's almost like they dangle you out there and then they don't. So I just thought it was like, that's weird. Like, why are you pulling your punches?
I just keep... I do one weird thing and I'm toast. I'm sorry. I'm starting to think you were describing these scenes and I'm thinking, I'm like, this is so funny. I don't know. Here's the thing. This is subjective. I 100% disagree with everything you just said.
That's wild. That's funny.
I don't feel that way at all. I feel like it is a true to form, I Think You Should Leave sketch that is built to be a feature-length film. I specifically think you could do this story in 10 minutes. Yeah. Not as a negative, but I think you could sketch it.
Yeah.
That's my point. So I think it could be a sketch. I think you just get all the funny lived-in nuanced moments and the extra stuff, but you could do, like, you literally could do opening the wedding, or the couples counts, or the group therapy.
Yes.
The meeting Paul Rudd, the building, the thing, the stuff with the wife, taking her in the sewers, ending. Like you could do that in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So to me, it doesn't feel like, oh, let's do an A24 spin. It doesn't just feel like, I didn't feel that way at all.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that once. Like, I see where you're coming. I guess I don't disagree with you because I see where you're coming from. I just did not feel that way whatsoever.
I almost hesitate to use it as like a knock against it, but I just kind of felt that way a couple times. Like, this is funny and they're also trying to do something like kind of interesting here. I think this is going to twist or something's going to happen. It's going to be hilarious, but also kind of out there and crazy because it's A24, right? They do some off the wall like stories that are just kind of twisted and weird and like very nuanced. And I thought they were going for that with Tim Robinson, and then it never really reaches that, but it's still funny. So that I just kind of felt that a couple different times, like specifically at the end, like when he pulled the gun out with Paul Rudd and all the group, dude, I thought he was going to shoot someone. Like, I thought he was just going to go crazy. I was like, this is going to be hilarious and kind of bonkers. And for what they did with Paul Rudd, like, it works for the character with the toupee and things like that. Oh, it's so funny. But it just never went kind of like crazy. And I thought they were building to crazy.
That's just like, it's always just a little bit tame, though. I don't know. Like, I just think about I Think You Should Leave sketches. Like, they're always a little tame and drawn in, like, in some way. And it's not this, like, just huge, grandiose, like, crazy, out of control.
I just wanted to see him go off. I felt like because you're doing a feature-length film, you have the opportunity to, like, do something a little bit creative with it.
I think they did.
And make him comedic. Absolutely did. Absolutely. No, I mean,
I think like the way it ended is crazy. Like I think the way that went, where he's got his wife back and he's got his son back and he almost has his life back.
Oh yeah, all of it's crazy.
He strolls in, grabs a beer out of the fridge, and starts holding people up.
Yes.
What? I do one weird thing and I'm toast. Come on, you gotta give people second chances. Like, all of that to me is so funny, and to me it feels huge and crazy and out there in a Tim Robbins way. So I just don't. I guess
everyone down.
Everybody get
you. I want to shoot your fat head. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Like I think it's great, and I think it does exactly what you just like. I think it does take that step I don't expect it to take.
Here's the one time where I feel like I thought they were gonna do something crazy.
Hey, okay, before you say this, can I make this point about what the ending is?
Ending, good. Oh yeah, go for it.
I thought the most that was gonna happen was he's gonna take that car on a joyride.
Yeah.
So to what happened was so much crazier than that. So I just don't feel that way.
Oh, that's a good point.
Like I thought the most that would happen was he hits that car or he takes it, he starts driving it around, something like that. But what happened was so much crazier, so much worse, so much funnier. So to me, it did feel like a finale.
Gotcha. Do you feel like you weren't like watching it? You weren't like expecting something to happen like crazy or like feeling that?
I thought something he was gonna, because he said like, I'm gonna be the first one. You're my first ride in this car when I get it. That's what Paul Rudd said.
I remember that. Yeah.
So I thought that was gonna be something. I thought he's gonna get in the car because he's like, I am owed this ride or whatever, and he would take it on a joyride or something like that.
Do you think like the stuff with like the tunnels was like weirdly serious at times?
Yeah,
like,
but I've appreciated
and I thought,
it. I don't know. I thought it was
too,
funny.
But it felt like they were trying to like, they're giving you a little nugget of like something, we're gonna do something weird here, and they don't do it. And I just felt that a couple times, and it was enough for me to like come out of the movie and be like, I felt that too much to not recognize it. And that's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just me and what like my expectations. That's why I asked you, like, did you feel like you were expecting something crazy? But like the tunnel, it kind of set me up, and with a tone that I thought they were going to do something and they didn't. And so it just kind of hurt my experience
I just
a little
appreciate that it just kept me guessing.
I almost let's just like move on from it because this is so funny, dude. There's so many good moments.
The dog track him to the house, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna get framed or whatever. And but then they're in the tunnels together, and he's like, it's not trespassing, it's adventure.
Adventure. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. So the one moment where I thought they were gonna do something trippy and weird was when he's on his like freaking drug trip. The fact that it was just him ordering a sandwich at Subway is gold. That's the one time where I thought they were gonna do something and they pulled it and it was just simple. I thought it was genius. So I thought that was so great.
I'll give you this.
It's not working.
I
ordered a sub.
I did think that this was gonna happen. I thought the whole movie was gonna be a trip. Like I thought maybe from the second he ate those like wild mushrooms with his son and got sick, the movie then on was in his head because but then they did the frog thing and I'm like, okay, I'm getting that vibe. This now is when it's happening here because they're like, it could be 6 months, it could be 6 months, man, you don't know. And so I'm like, okay, this is all fake. And then it wasn't. So like, I don't know. Like I thought it was,
dude. Maybe I overthought this movie. Okay, here's why. So, do you remember the scene where she's back? They're all having the party, and he stands up and he's like doing his little speech. This is, maybe I'm overthinking it. When Devin shows up and he hugs her, and he says a different last name, and Tim Robinson says, no, it's whatever her name and his last name. I turned to Audrey and I went, because what I thought they were doing was, I thought it was all in his head. I thought what was happening was he was not actually her husband. This is how crazy, and I think maybe I'm overthinking this.
Oh, wow.
I thought the reason he said a different name is because he wasn't actually her husband. This is all in his head, and he's just living there. He thinks he's married to her. He thinks it's his kid. He thinks he's friends with Paul Rudd, and they're all just like there in his life, like leading him on. And I thought it was going to take a wild turn, and then it didn't. That's where my head went into that scene. And then it didn't go anywhere like that. And I was like, oh, okay. Maybe I'm just kind of overthinking this. So there was multiple times where I'm like, they're going to do something off the wall here. And then they did. And I was like, oh,
It's definitely
so funny,
still
though.
off the wall.
Oh, it is. Yes. But it's like not that nth
I see
degree.
what you're saying. I did not think that for a second.
That's why I think maybe on a rewatch it's better.
But
because I'm not overthinking it. I'm just appreciating
I'm gonna give you this. That would have been interesting if the son was weirdly like older and they kissed on the lips and that was her and that was Devin.
Oh, yeah. And he was like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
And he was like, and that was Devin, and he treated him like he was his son the whole time.
You kiss your mom
like,
on the lips?
I know, and it's like this like disrespect he has for him and
Yes,
whatever,
yeah.
and this weird relationship they have. That would have been really funny.
That would have. I think that I don't know.
I don't think that's like. I think though, like what we were expecting was like this is all in his head, or this is too tropey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
I think
And that's not the point of him
right.
and his humor.
And just making us live in these moments and feel these moments and experience them with him, I think is the point. I loved it.
Tim Robinson saying the F word, I think, is the funniest human being to ever say the
When
F
was
word.
the first laugh that you... I remember the first laugh.
Oh, I'm trying to remember like the opening scenes. Oh, gosh, I don't have a great answer for that. What is the first scene?
You want me to give mine?
tell me what the first scene was.
So the first scene is the group therapy for the cancer. And
so
the wife is talking.
We came in about 5 minutes late to that. Yeah, so I might have missed a good scene there.
Wait, when did it start?
That scene was wrapping up. I heard him say something about orgasming, and then it cuts.
Dude! All right. So this opens, and it's like super serious.
I was so ticked, dude.
It's
We were
super
late.
serious.
So ticked.
And me and Matt were sitting there, and we're watching this, and it's like panning off the wife, and the shot's getting wider, and she's talking, and she's like, "Yeah, we're trying to do something different. I'd like to get a bigger car. I'm just really nervous the cancer's going to come back. I'd like to not feel like that. I have this new relationship with my ex-boyfriend Devin. That's been huge. But before that happens, and she goes, I'm worried the cancer's going to come back. Tim Roberts looks at her. It's not going to come back. it had, like, me and Matt just... And we were just like dying the whole time trying to hold it in because there were 8 people in her theater and it was quiet and it felt like we were the only people laughing.
Oh,
dude.
that's hilarious.
And it just keeps going. And like he just keeps looking at her, like when she goes like,
yes.
This new like my ex-boyfriend came back. That relationship's been really helpful. And he looks at her and
Not coming back.
It's funny. Like we're like cracking up, but she goes, "Will I ever orgasm again?" And his face, dude. Like the way he plays it's so good. And then he's like, Greg, do you have anything to say? Everything's awesome. And I'm orgasming just fine.
That's what I heard. I literally came in like and sat down and he's like, I'm orgasming just fine.
I know.
And then it's like...
It was so funny. It was
That's
and then when he's like walking through his hallways like...
Look up here.
Effing moron. He's like sitting in his all of it. I'm like, oh, this is my movie, dude.
Yeah, it is really funny. Like it's a great time if you like his
Tim
humor.
Robinson for more movies.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
I want him to be the
Oh my gosh. OVD's getting a little bit more of my money, I guess.
Is Tim
What's
Robbins?
OVD?
Is it Tim Robinson?
Tim Robinson. Yeah.
Yeah. Is Tim Robinson the next Adam Sandler?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
dude, what
he is.
a take.
That's great.
Yes, what a take, dude.
Oh man.
If we get our own like Tim Robinson vibe movies like Adam Sandler got his and it's
I'm
Tim
here for
Robinson
it.
and his friends and his humor and what he finds funny
I'm
and
here
what
for
he enjoys doing, please.
Let's
the
do
next Adam Sandler is Tim Robinson.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
Heck yeah.
I want more of this. Like I want more of this comedy. It's like different and fresh, and it's not like Step Brothers or something like that. Like, it's just very different.
Nobody else can do it.
No.
I'm so convinced if another person tries to do it, we'll be like, what is this?
It's all in his personality and delivery. His delivery is perfect for that kind of humor. Perfect for that kind of humor. Oh, it's so good. Who even are you? It's so good, dude. Oh, crap. 7.5 is too low.
Are you kidding me?
I'm already at an 8.
What is that? What is it? Who are you?
Who are you? It's already up to an 8. We're at an 8. We'll see what a rewatch. Maybe it comes back up.
Oh my gosh.
It is so funny. Oh man, all the stuff with like the guy at the cell phone store is great. You want to go to Rich's bar?
Navy SEAL dinner. The actual dinner.
22,000 calories. He's eating it at the end. Oh, that's so good. I'm trying to remember some of the other ones. Oh yeah, like when he gets arrested, he just completely turns on Paul Rudd. Like, it's so good. Yeah, there's some really good moments in this. I do want to watch it again.
The stuff when he invites his work friends over, and he's got like the little baby knife.
Baby knife. This is a sword.
This is a sword. I collect stuff like
this. Like this is a sword for a baby.
Don't point the sword at me.
That's for a knight. That's a sword for a knight.
Don't point the sword at me like that. This is
Marvel
spoiler zone.
Get out!
Get out of here!
That's what.
Get the F out of here!
Cuts it off.
It's been like 20 minutes. Or no, we've been here for like 40 minutes.
Oh, that's great.
Don't go hang out with that clown.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The scene where he runs into the door, I think is
you're a
freaking prince.
So how'd y'all meet?
Oh, I think that whole build-up. You are fine. You've got a good job.
Got a good job.
You're a freaking prince.
You're a freaking prince. Bang.
I couldn't
How'd
control
y'all
it.
meet?
Oh, I couldn't
The
control
whole
it.
boxing scene. Oh my god. And then he like sucker punches the whole soap scene.
Yes.
I know what to do.
I know what to do. They're all just looking at him like, what the heck?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I've been a bad boy.
Bad boy.
I know my punishment. That's the most like, I'm like, yeah, this is when whoever's has no idea who Tim Robinson is up until this point is like,
this is stupid. What is happening? Yeah.
I'm sorry. Because up until that point, you're like, this guy's a quirky. Like,
he's just different. And then it's like, oh, okay. I could see people thinking that, but I don't know. We sat like towards the front of our section, so I wasn't paying attention if people were laughing, but they heard us laughing. That's for sure. Ah, it's a fun time. It is a fun time. The ending is fun too, with the toupee and the little wink from Paul Rudd. It's great. I love it. I do want to watch this again.
I mean, the gun. Broke in the house with the gun, dude.
Oh, that is fun, yeah.
Yeah, I just asked for my own office. Eat whatever I want in there.
Whatever.
Something that really stinks. Really stinks. You're a trip, man. The Saint Paul Rudd is up until like they get sucker punched.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Paul Rudd's great in this.
It's really good.
And not in like a very comedic way. Like he just delivers his character very well, which is awesome.
Yeah, no one else is like funny in this. Tim Robbins is the only one who's
delivering any kind of funny lines or
everyone else is like a serious like
Paul Rudd makes a good, suave, kind of fun, just normal guy. And it works.
Well, they do a really good job when the wife is on the news with him.
Yeah. Yeah, that is really good. 8 out of 10.
Already had a couple boots.
Great movie. A couple boots. That's funny because in Detroiters, there's an episode. Have you seen the clip with him with Key? Where they're sitting at a dinner and he's like, Can I get a boot of beer? So it's the other guy, not Tim Robinson. It's the other guy that's in Detroit. I just can't remember his name. And
you should do stand up. I will. I promise.
I promise. Yes. Yes. Yeah. I promise. Yes. They're at like a dinner for like their advertising. That's the whole point of the Detroiter show is they have like an advertising firm and they're trying to like get get clients. And they're meeting with Key at a dinner to talk about him and kind of revamping his marketing. And they sit down and they're like, do you mind if we drink? And Key's like, yeah, sure. And they're like, oh, great. Whew. Glad we can do that. And they turn and they start ordering. And he's like, can I just get a boot of beer? Like just a whole boot of beer. And they're like, no, we don't have that. And he goes, well, I guess you don't have everything at the bar. Because the waiter goes, we've got everything. And so for him to order the boot is kind of like a callback to Detroit. So I noticed. I thought that was cool.
I just want to let you know that they only laughed because you're a priest.
Because you're a priest.
It's really good service, but I want you to let you know, those are pity laughs.
Just because you're a priest. Then he comes up and he's like, I just want you to know.
I already told you. Oh, man. More movies from this guy.
Yeah, let's see more. I think they will give it. If this is... I mean, this is going to be successful. It couldn't cost much to make.
No.
I think it's going to make money. They'll give them more. It's going to make money. You got to be right up next to it. This feels like a bit of a money grab. Oh man, friendship. What a fun time.
Lilo and Stitch.
It feels kind of weird talking about Lilo and Stitch after Friendship.
Yeah. Well, it's the movie I watched.
Yep, I have not seen Lilo and Stitch. So you're going to give me your non-spoiler thoughts.
Let me look at some names real quick.
That's probably
I brought
smart.
receipts.
I brought receipts. That's probably smart. I have heard a lot of people...
A lot of discourse.
Yeah. Some changes that they've made, and people don't like this movie.
This is my score for Lilo and Stitch live action. By the way, I think the animated, Lilo and Stitch animated is a 10 out of 10. Easily.
Great.
My score for the live action is a 5 out of 10.
Ooh.
The reason this is not a 0 out of 10 is because I'm giving 4 points to how brilliant Maya? How brilliant Maya Kiloa is. I hope I said that right.
I think you're right.
Maya Kiloa is. She is fantastic as Lilo. She is great. She carries the whole movie. She is Lilo. She brought her to life amazingly.
That's cool.
Very well. It feels like the character. I looked at her. I was like, that's Lilo. They did it.
Yeah.
4 points for that. 1 point for Stitch. Looks good, character model wise.
Yeah.
Let me look at some names again. I'm just gonna keep the names pulled.
So we're moving away from the good performances.
That's all I have nice to say about this.
Rough.
Dean Camp, who directed this, has no credits under his belt. This is like his first thing he's ever done.
Why are we doing that for live action remakes?
No idea. I would like to say I hope you have like a promising career. But Lilo and Stitch will be a technical success because it's being seen.
Yeah. Making money.
But assuming he has creative control, maybe he doesn't, but assuming director Dean Camp has creative control, what a disgusting misinterpretation of why Lilo and Stitch is great. What a awful, horrible misunderstanding of what this movie means to people. Terrible.
Wow.
This is not that. I'm not trying to validate my opinion. I went with my wife, who is Hawaiian. Mm-hmm. She had an older sister. She grew up with Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
And my wife identified with Lilo to the bone. My sister-in-law identified with Nani to the bone. They both think the movie is awful.
Wow.
They both think it is terrible, and they absolutely ruined what they loved about it. The movie, what I think, it's like a third grade understanding of what made Lilo and Stitch great. Yep. It's almost like Dean Camp went, all right, let me ask this 3-year-old what he liked about the animated, and they're going to say what? I I liked Stitch.
Stitch is funny.
So they're like, okay, we're not going to give a crap about the family stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, do you know how this movie ends? I'm going to tell you.
That's fine.
And
I don't really
I
need
might
to.
want to save you the money seeing this.
Oh, man.
Are you familiar with how the animated ends?
I love that movie.
They introduce a new character in this. Spoilers for Lilo and Stitch. They introduce a new character in this show, a neighbor. The neighbor is the one that takes Lilo to the pound.
Not
Nani. At the end of the movie, Nani loses custody of Lilo. The neighbor fosters Lilo. Nani goes to college. That's how the movie ends.
What?
Yep. What a disgusting,
Why?
awful, terrible interpretation of this story.
What's the point of that?
There is a line when Lilo says, "What about Ohana?" And Nani looks at Lilo and goes, "You've got to grow up." I booed.
Are you serious?
I went boo.
That can't be right.
I booed. So stupid.
You've got to grow up.
It's terrible. I think it's so bad. I there's a lot of discourse online. His guy's catching a lot of flack. I think it's so deserved. I really,
Dang, that's crazy.
I don't understand how
That's
you
the
watched
opposite.
the animated and thought that, okay, this is how we should adapt this.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, no one gave a crap about Nani making a sacrifice for Lilo.
Yeah.
I thought they were setting that up in the beginning. I said, oh, that's interesting. like Lilo, Nani there can be like a future ahead of them or whatever.
Yeah.
But from the animated, the Supreme Woman,
Yes.
lady, she says this family is under the protection of the Galactic Empire,
yeah.
or whatever. I kind of took that as their finances are covered.
Yeah.
Like I kind of took like they're going to be taken care of. They have this all of a sudden they have
Yeah.
this money to rebuild their house and whatever, and the CIA or Cobra takes care of them.
Yeah.
I was like, their needs are handled. They're going to live a great life, and they do.
Yes.
So to be like, no, the story I want to tell is how tragic Nani's story is because she had to give up her dreams of going to college. I think is just so stupid. It's
So Lilo needs to sacrifice and grow up and understand why she's going to college.
Lilo's the one that's like, you need to go. I don't want you to make sacrifices for me.
Oh.
Gantu's not
Still.
in this movie.
Yeah.
Jumba's the main villain.
Really?
Jumba leaves. Like, he gets arrested at the end. And Plinkley is the one who stays with Cobra. It's like Plinkley and Cobra are the duo, not Jumba and Plinkley.
Why? That's the whole, like, fun dynamic of that movie. Like, it would be like if you made Timon and Pumbaa, like, made Pumbaa a villain and split them up.
It's terrible. Well, Jumba is a villain, like, in the
Yes,
first movie.
I know what you mean, but, like, why? Like, that's just an interesting choice. Why do we, like,
What a terrible...
this is a live-action remake. Why do we need to change it?
What an awful misunderstanding of what the story was and what made it great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Every director's got some stinkers. I'm just so sad
That is first
that
one.
this is his first one, and it's a technical success.
Yeah.
I'm very much bummed out because he's been talking, and it seems like he was butting a lot of heads, maybe. I don't know.
That's weird.
I don't know how much you can put it on the studio and how much you could put on him. But in general, I can't imagine it costs more money to do the ending faithfully. Just my opinion.
No, it doesn't. It's not going to change the budget at all to do this, I don't think. Just a shot-for-shot
Also,
remake.
the remake totally treats you like you've seen the animated. It totally treats you like you've already seen the animated and you know the jokes. All of, like, the iconic scenes are, like, super fast and sped through. I think the opening sequence is like 4 minutes. It's like 15 minutes in the animated show,
yeah.
and this movie's longer.
Oh, wow.
It's really quick. It's like, boom, there's Stitch. Jumba created him.
Yeah.
Let's see if he's intelligent. Ikimashimasa, whatever. People throwing up. Oh, that's disgusting. Arrest him. Up in
Yeah.
there. He spits. Boom, he escapes in a ship. Hyperspace.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah,
Also, you know what? I'll get on this soapbox. I understand it's a kids movie. I understand. But when an animated movie handles character development and consistent character like analysis and characteristics better than the live action, heck yeah. What's the reason Stitch crashes on Earth in the first place? It's because he went and got into a dogfight with all the other spaceships, and then he went into hyperspace when he shouldn't have, or whatever, and crashed there. In this, he just shoots into hyperspace, and he crashes. They're like, he's going to crash on Hawaii. You want to know why he crashes? Because while he's in hyperspace, a button goes off, and the alien that's created to be smarter than 10 supercomputers decides to smash the control panel in the ship because it's beeping, and that's why it crashes.
Ugh.
Like, I understand people aren't going to care about that. But
yeah.
Also, continuity-wise, Stitch is supposed to be really, really smart.
Mm-hmm.
He knew how to fly the ship. That's not why he crashed in the original. It's because he was escaping whatever.
Yeah.
And how could they have predicted that he was going to crash land on Earth if he hadn't even wrecked the ship yet?
Yeah.
He's on a crash course with Earth. They were banking on him not turning. They were banking on him being like, yeah, he's just going to wreck the interior and never steer in a different... What?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Weird changes.
Sorry, I miss the girl that plays Nani. If you've made it this far, if you're not and you're upset with me, I'm sorry. You probably didn't even make it this far. She's very good.
Yeah,
she did the best she could, 100%. And the stuff between her and Lilo is good, but it's just this mishandling of the story. I just don't understand why you would change it, and they haven't come out and said why.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's weird. It's just a weird animated movie to make those drastic changes on. But I'll probably watch it when it goes to streaming. Just casually one day.
I wouldn't spend the money on the ticket. Oh, I guess you won't, but Audrey might. I don't.
Yeah.
It's just so upsetting. I was really excited.
Yeah, I was too. I mean, we've both said that we think this might be the one. Like, this might be the animated movie remake that we like.
Nope.
Not be. Hope How to Train Your Dragon is better.
Sounds like it is.
Sounds like it is too. I'm more confident in that.
The guy who wrote How to Train Your Dragon was a co-writer and director on Lilo and Stitch in the animated.
Wow. That's good. For this one.
If that's Disney's fault, I feel so bad for that guy.
Yeah.
That director.
If it's corporate change.
If that's the reasoning. But at what point do you put it on the head of the studio, and at what point do you put it on the head of the director?
Yeah.
The best thing he did was cast Maya.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, I might check it out on streaming just one day if I'm casually doing laundry and just see how I think.
I don't know why. Why not just continue the story?
That'd be fun.
Why did it have to reboot? Why couldn't you just... There's solves your budget problem.
Yeah.
Just continue after Stitch 3.
Yeah. Those movies are fun. They do some cool stuff too.
Just continue the story.
Yeah.
And go from there and do whatever story you want to tell at that point. If you want to send Nani to college then...
Makes
totally
more sense,
different.
Yeah.
I believe there's a way to work it out. Mm-hmm. If you want to do whatever. But I always took it as Nani. They're all protected by the CIA.
Yeah.
And the galactic whatever.
Yeah.
So they're to me, see me now. I guess Nani does go to work though.
Yeah, but that's different than going off to college and her going to a foster family.
Oh, no, I just meant I guess they might not be completely taken care of because Nani still works and stuff.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I got you. Yeah, technically, but they take care of them as far as their lives are back to normal.
Yeah.
That's fine. They don't have to be wealthy from that. As long as they're back to normal, it's fine.
I mean, they really changed it.
Such a weird thing to change.
It's a weird thing to be you know what? I think Lilo and Stitch might be the best animated movie ever. And, of Disney animated movie ever. Yeah. And to be you know what would really improve this story?
just drastically change this.
People make fun of us like, oh, podcasting equipment is too expensive. I guess
too cheap.
Ability to direct live action Disney remakes is too
easy
cheap
or too
whatever.
Cheap, yeah. Yeah. Maybe we think too highly of our opinions, but
the director's chairs are too cheap.
Yeah.
How did that guy get into that seat, dude?
He's got an in somewhere.
How did he get there to
he knows a person to know a person.
To be able to direct it? You better hope like there's some proof that it's just that Disney like intervened too much, but it's a technical success, which is crazy.
Technical, yeah. I wonder if like these live action remakes, Disney's just like, it's a remake. How bad can it be? Like, how bad can you botch this?
It's like,
and so they just give it to younger directors or just without as much work or experience, and they say you're just gonna make a shot for shot remake, and then they end up twisting it and changing it, and then they're like, ooh. Yeah, I mean, it's making money, so. Every
scene with Maya is so good. It's almost worth... I did recommend. I said, someone was going to see it, and they asked me, and I said, I think it's terrible. Like, this is how the ending is. I'll just tell you straight up. I think if you still want to see it, you will... And just go in wanting to see Maya be Lilo.
Yeah.
That's what's great.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's my opinion of it.
Lilo and Stitch... Straight to streaming. That's your rating for it.
I think it's worse. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I give it a 5 out of 10. I think it just the good. Like, I just think Maya, Stitch, and the girl that plays Nani are all great representations. Just the story is horrible.
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
Yeah.
How you could sit down, write some of that out, and be like, I'm cooking.
I'm cooking.
Cooking it up right now.
Let him cook.
I know.
No.
That guy, I hope he's not married to Emily Blunt. Like, what'd you think, babe? You know he was in Oppenheimer, right?
He was in Oppenheimer, right? And you put out this crap?
Put out this piece of garbage.
This garbage. Oh!
Also, listening to... What was that?
What is that?
This is our review of Lilo and Stitch live action. What was that? What the heck?
What the heck?
What the heck? Who even are you?
What even is this?
That's when the neighbor comes out. Who even are you?